Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today I want to show you what I am planning on doing for Junk Journal July. This looks like a little magazine, and that is what it started life out as. I ummed and ahed over what to do this year because I wanted to do something different and I wanted to use up junk/stash. And I saw this video on YouTube from Nicole Relax Cut Glue. And I will link down below her video that I saw on what she does with magazines. Now, she actually does glue booking, but really it's no different to journaling. It's just using magazine images and stuff like that. But what this was a magazine, more advertising in all honesty than anything else. It was also a little bit longer, but I followed her directions and I have created this book. Now, I chose to cut some off the bottom because I wanted the depth to be the same as a standard A4 piece of paper so that it made it really easy for me to change the insides, which I will show you shortly. So I followed her instructions and I have created this book. Now, I was ridiculously lucky. When I picked this magazine, it turned out it had exactly the right number of pages that I needed to do Junk Journal July. So that's when I went, okay, we're going to do this. This is meant to be. Now, of course, this was a magazine full of glossy pictures and things like that, which of course does not make for a good base for something like Junk Journal July. So I went to town, going through my stash, picking out all sorts of pieces of paper, trying to find the thinnest things I could find just so I didn't bulk it up too much. It's already relatively chunky, and of course by the time Junk Journal July is over, it's going to be very chunky, but that's okay. It doesn't matter how thick it gets. But what I did do, I just started covering all the pages because I wanted a more neutral background. So I started gluing madly and then went, whoa, hang on a minute. I am going to be following the journal prompts from Meg Journals because it's one of the most popular and I do like her list. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. I could actually possibly already preset some of my backgrounds if I use her list and work out how I'm going to cover them. So this is just coffee dyed paper from an exercise book, so it's nice and thin. Then the next one, it's a normal piece of copy paper that has been coffee dyed. Whoa, that was hard to get out. But I loved this image that was on the magazine. So what I did, I tore my coffee dyed paper and glued all around it. So on this day, I'm actually going to use that image to match the prompt. Then I used simple white exercise book paper. I popped down a doily and I will just cover that up. More coffee dyed paper, more grid paper. This was a thin paper bag, you know, that you wrap school lunches in. You can buy them in the supermarket, but it was nice and thin, so I used that. The prompt for this day is Wanderlust. So I thought, right, let's pop down some paper from an atlas because that seems like a good background for something that involves Wanderlust and all the travel that we can't do, thanks to Australia being locked in tight. Some plain white grid paper. This one here, the prompt is Trash to Treasure. Now, this is actually a mushroom bag that was sort of all crumpled up, but when I glued it down, it ended up going all nice and smooth. But I thought, look, that is trash. It was going to go in the recycle bin, and so I popped that down there. Then this prompt is my favorite supply, which is paint, and so I grabbed a piece from my 100-day project that I had done and popped that down. This one here was in the garden. Now, again, I've torn my paper because I thought those images were absolutely perfect for an in the garden prompt, keeping in mind I get to do a double spread for each day because this magazine had just enough pages for that. The prompt for this one is morning. Now, considering when my alarm goes off at ridiculous o'clock, it's very dark, especially at the moment in winter. So I have a bit of an idea for this page. So I popped plain black down there. Then I've got a nice plain white, that's just copy paper. This prompt is layered. So I've already layered the background using similar toned paper from a paper book I've got. So it'll just make it easier when I'm actually doing that prompt. Some more grid paper, some more plain white, because look, I wanted nice and neutral. This has a very faint line on it, but that doesn't matter. This one here, I just decided, oh, hang on a minute. I wonder if my dictionary, my old dictionary that I pull apart for journaling, would fit. And of course, look at that, fitted perfectly. Then again, we've got plenty of nice plain. This one is actually a piece of white wrapping paper, but it was glossy and I had this perfect size piece. I went, oh, we'll use that. The prompt for this day is sparkle. So we've already sort of hinted in the sparkle department, and no doubt I'll add plenty more sparkle because I like sparkly things. More coffee dyed paper. Oh, what's this one? Oh, it got a bit stuck. Never mind, we'll cover that up without any drama. I think the prompt for this one was it cozy or, oh, I've forgotten where I'm up to now. Might be relax. Where's sparkle on my list? Hang on, here's my list. Oh no, warmth. Well, it's the middle of winter, so I think knitted jumpers seems like a good idea for a background for warmth. Here in Australia, it's cold. Another plain one. This one here, I had this paper also out of a paper book, and the prompt is stencil. So I thought this was a good background, and then of course I will do some stenciling on top of it. Then the next prompt was growth, and I thought, oh look, I had those pictures of trees. I think we'll use those. Another plain white one, because I think the prompt for that is doodle. So I thought a plain white background would be great. And the lucky last one is, the prompt is reflections, but it is my baby girl's 22nd birthday on the 31st of July. So I thought this is just an old piece of gift wrap that I had. And I decided, yes, I'll be probably reflecting by putting a baby photo down or something like that, but definitely it will be birthday related. So there we go. And then just to cover up the back, a bit more coffee dyed paper. So of course this looks a little bit ugly at the moment. So whilst I was playing with this, I kept pondering, all right, we need to make a cover. What are we going to do? I didn't have a piece of paper that would fit this thing because it's actually quite wide, because I want the paper to wrap around and cover up all of this just to make life easy. So I did a little bit more gluing and I created this to be my fully wraparound cover. This is just 2 pieces of copy paper that I glued together, and then I glued down all sorts of bits from my stash. All sorts of bits, painted bits, alcohol ink bits, serviette bits, wrapping paper, you name it, I got it. So we are going to simply glue all this down and wrap it all the way around. That way, both the outside and the inside cover will all be nice. I'll glue that down. I just didn't want to do that before I had shown you sort of what I was working with. So we've got that ready to go. We'll have to do some gluing tonight so that we're ready for tomorrow. And of course, then I also have lots of little luscious scraps. I love paper scraps. I struggle to throw scraps out. A lot of these are little pieces from my 100-day project. I have videos flipped through of what I created there. I have scrapbooking paper. I have leftover cut-offs from when I was making this. So, of course, I will be using lots of this collage fodder. And then, of course, I have my entire stash of stuff, which is extensive to play with. But this was enough to get me started, ready for tomorrow. So that's what I am going to be using. I may do some videos of actually doing some of these pages if I get time. And if you're participating in Junk Journal July, let me know down in the comments what you'll be playing with this year. I really love doing this project. And when you have helpful prompts like this, it does make it a lot easier. Instead of going, oh, what am I going to journal about today? Use the prompts. This was just my rough copy that I just crossed and diddled and fiddled as I was covering my pages. I will print out a proper little version and stick it on the inside. And we're good to go. So it all starts tomorrow. My journal is almost ready. I may even add a few more embellishments, like 3D embellishments on it, if I get around to it. Or maybe I'll do, I don't know yet. But at least my journal is ready and we are good to go. So that's it for today. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and be careful out there. Bye for now.